Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
When you work as an auxiliary member at the Franklin County Medical Center, your service is felt by all of Franklin County. Register to become an auxiliary worker at noon on October 8th at the Franklin County Firehouse. Auxiliary members receive free flu shots, appreciation gifts and dinners, a Christmas party, a discount in the Simply Gifts shop, plus you'll make new friends and develop new leadership skills. Come and learn all the great ways you can serve as an auxiliary member. The auxiliary recruitment meeting will be held October 8th at noon at the Franklin County Firehouse.
Welcome back to the Indians pregame show. It's our pleasure to spend a couple of minutes with Coach Eric Thorson before tonight's game with Pocatello. It's funny is when I walked out, the first thing you wanted to know was, hope I enjoyed the game last week out in Burley. I most certainly did. The question is, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, obviously, I enjoy watching the players play well, and that's the payoff is to see them, be rewarded for hard work. They definitely they've just been believing in what the coaches have been asking them to do, and when things go right, it just makes for a great night.
The kids got off the bus ready to play, just about in every facet of the game, right from the opening kickoff.
Yeah, you said it right, and you get those jitters, but once a couple plays start rolling and everyone's focused, it's you can just get a feeling when they're ready to go.
We talked about your quarterback last week before the game, and he went out and had just an incredible game last week.
Yeah, I believe he threw, it was 200 and something, low 200, and then it's not his passing though, it's his command of the offense and being able to identify holes of the weaknesses of the defense and adjusting to that. I'm really excited. It looks like he felt like he took another step forward in his experience and ability to be a quarterback, and I couldn't be happier for him and happier coaching him.
So many different teams play so many different styles of offense. You go with that spread type offense or the gun offense that a lot of people like to call it as well, the 4 wide receivers on just about every play. What does that do for your guys in getting ready to go out and play?
Well, we try and develop the offense. We try and strategize to the strengths of our players. If you look at our skill players, we don't have brutes running the ball. We have a couple of shifty guys and a lot of kids that'll be out on the basketball court this winter, which I'm so excited about having them on the football team. So you take a mix of those two, and that's going to give you the spread offense. If we ever get to where we feel like we have some brawny, downhill runners, you'll see us pack it in. We have some wing tee sets in our offense, but we just feel like it gives us the ability to make some plays, and up downhill running. I think Andrew Iverson last week had 130-something yards on the ground, and just gives us that ability to spread them out and let them be athletes.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk to Coach Thorson about tonight's game against Pocatello. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Welcome back. A little more with Coach Thorson as we count our way down to kickoff in tonight's game against Pocatello. Let's talk a little bit about tonight's opponent. This is a team that has beaten Preston 14 of the last 15 years.
I did not know that.
Sorry to break the bad news to you.
Well, every year is a new year. And you know, you know as well as I do, high school is special for that reason. And so we look forward to tonight's matchup, and hopefully we can put another notch on the Preston side.
They're not having a very good year. What do you know about these guys going in?
Well, I know for their record, 2-5, but it's deceiving. You know, they're tough. They have some skilled players. Their offense looks a lot like our offense as far as run the spread, and I would say I wouldn't overlook them based on a 2-5 record. Also, you know, as far as what they do. You know, they're really a hard run stopping defense, and we've had so much success on the ground that it could be an exciting matchup tonight.
Okay, so the obvious question has to be, what do your guys have to do to pick up a win?
Well, starting with the quarterback offensively, you know, he needs to identify what's going on. It can't be just a I call plays and he run plays situation. He needs to be smart out there. Execution throughout the offense will be key, and then just assignment defensively. You know, the players need to know where they're going and what they're going to do when they get there. If we can keep that sound, we'll have a pretty good night.
Last thing I have for you. One win, you pretty much qualify for a playoff spot. You win both games, you end up with an above record 500 record, which is something they hadn't had here for quite a while. Which one's more important?
You know, what I think is more important is, if I have to pick between the two, I had never made a comparison. I'll tell you what's most important is that this continues to be a special season for these players. I believe going into this season, and just on what I was told, they were told they were going to struggle. They were told that they didn't have a lot of seniors. Just all the things that can be downers. And yeah, we're only 3-4 right now, but I think they're playing with spirit. It's kind of, I'm going to go out on an edge and say that practice went very well this week, and it's very rare that any coach would actually say it went well. A lot of kids coming in, so if they can bring that to tonight, I think the most important thing would be winning this game tonight so that they have those options to look at.
Sure, absolutely. Best of luck tonight, and we'll see you again soon.
Hey, thank you.
That's Coach Eric Thorson. We'll take a time out, back with more in the pregame show right after this.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
The D. Glenn Smith Spectrum on the campus of Utah State University is one of the most electric venues in college basketball. Don't miss your opportunity to secure Utah State basketball season tickets for the 2018-19 season. Join new head basketball coach Craig Smith on the Aggies' quest for a Mountain West Conference championship. To purchase USU basketball season tickets, visit utahstateaggies.com or call 1-888-U-STATE-1.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
And welcome back here to the pregame shows. We continue to work our way down toward the opening kickoff coming up just a couple of minutes away. Other games of interest tonight. Westside, who's 6-0, is at Bear Lake, and this game has every possibility of getting real ugly real quick. Bear Lake has lost 5 in a row. They've given up over 200 points in the last 5 games, so that one could get a little one-sided. Minico will be at Century. Burley is at Wood River tonight. Skyline will be at Bonneville, and Twin Falls at Jerome. Games involving schools from northern Utah. Bear River will be at Logan. Green Canyon will be at Mountain Crest, and Skyview will be at Ridgeline. Vaughn Cook joins me on the broadcast again here tonight. Vaughn, you saw these guys last week. What's the key for the Indians to knock off
the Indians tonight.
Which are you talking?
Preston to beat Pocatello, of course.
Well, I think it's a matter of just staying focused. They've come so far in the last 3 games since that shutout in the Holt Arena that we talked about last week. They've come so far in leaps and bounds of improvement every game, and they just need to maintain that. If they can maintain that type of momentum, it's done.
I think execution is important as well. If you look at the two sidelines, the Pocatello squad is noticeably larger than the players from here in Preston. So being able to execute the way they did last week against Burley is going to be very important. More of an outrun rather than out physical.
Yes, and what Coach Thorson said about both of them running similar offenses, that is going to be interesting too, because they practice against that type of offense day in and day out. It might end up being a massive defensive game.
Right, exactly. Teams out on the field ready for the opening kickoff, as it looks like Pocatello is going to kick off. As we welcome you to our simulcast tonight, we're live on AM 1340, also live on mylocalradio.com, along with the video stream of tonight's game. As we get ready to go, if you're listening on the radio tonight, Preston will go from right to left here in the first half. Trey Huff, the senior, will kick it off. 3 receivers back deep for Preston. And it's a line drive kick over on the far side, and it's going to skip by and into the end zone. As coming over to try to cut it off there for Preston was Brock Fewitt, but it skipped past and went into the end zone. It's a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20. So the offense will come back out on the field for the first time tonight. Ty Hyde, the junior quarterback, 6'6", who had his best game of the year last week in Burley, throwing for over 200 yards and a couple of touchdowns. They'll start 4 wide, twins to each side. Caleb Peck is the lone running back. He stands on the left shoulder of Hyde. As they run out of that spread offense here early, the inside handoff goes to Peck, runs right into the middle of the defensive line. He might get back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll call it no gain on the play. The big guy's right in the middle of the line, able to bring him down. Nathan Willwood was there, along with number 91, Barrett Bailey there as well. Those are the 2 guys right on the ball. So 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the first play of the game. This time they want to throw. Hyde looks, now he's going to roll left. Still coming left, tucks it down, puts his head down, gets up across the 25. It'll be about a 5-yard, make it a 6-yard gain on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Good decision to keep that ball that time. Well covered downfield.
They'll mark it at the 25, so it's 3rd down and 5. Still a manageable situation here for Hyde. As checking in at the running back spot is Andrew Iverson for the first time tonight. They go trips right, single receiver left. That is Knapp. Wants to throw, looking right, throwing right. It's caught underneath. Good enough for the first down. His reception is good. Luke Smaley with the catch. Good for about 7 yards. And a first down.
Luke ran an excellent route there to turn around right as the ball hit him in the chest. It was a beautiful route and a nice throw.
So the first down of the game belongs to Preston. 1st and 10 from the 32. Again, they'll go 4 wides, twins to each side. Iverson stays in the backfield, stands on the right shoulder this time of Hyde. They come outside here again to Smaley. That's complete. They're going to mark that up at about the 38-yard line. That'll be another gain of about 6 yards and bring up 2nd down and about 4. So a couple of completions, both to Smaley. Second down and 4 here on the opening possession of the game. Man in motion coming back here to the near side. That's flags right at the snap. As coming back in motion was Ward.
That may have left somebody uncovered with him coming in motion as it becomes an illegal procedure penalty. It'll back the ball back 5 yards on the first yellow flag of the night. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. The first quarter brought to you by Preston Auto Parts. Great people, great products, and great prices. Second down still after the penalty. Second down and 8, we'll call it. They go three wides to the far side. Single receiver left. Hyde wants to roll right. Throws deep. He's got a man out there, but not quite. It's incomplete. Smith not able to pick it up. In fact, he outran the ball a little bit as well as Hyde comes up incomplete for the first time tonight. And it's going to bring up third down and long now. Third down and 8 from the 34-yard line. So keep being able to move the ball. The theme of the night here for Preston. Third and 8, wants to throw, trying to set up a screen. They're waiting for him. They'll stand along the line of scrimmage. This is going to go deep. This is going to be way too deep. And Hyde now misfires on 2 in a row. And it's going to bring up, hold on, we got flags on the field again. Let's see what this is going to be. It's going to be an illegal man downfield. All that time that Hyde took to throw, you had to figure someone was going to release and go downfield.
Well, you'd think so. The linemen don't sit and watch their quarterback. They just kind of have to anticipate what's going on, and very rarely does a quarterback have that much time to throw.
They declined the penalty. It'll bring up fourth down. And Isaiah Smith on to punt. Smith, line drive punt, good kick. It's going to come down at about the 25-yard line. Taken there as heading around the left side. That is Kyler Nichols, the senior. Pretty good return. Gets it up to about the 40-yard line. Gordon Knapp makes the stop for the Preston Indians. That'll be first and 10. They spot the ball right on the 40-yard line for Pocatello. Pocatello's just 2-5 this year. They have struggled. In fact, last week, their quarterback, Zach Park. Now, I read two different accounts. One said he was injured and didn't come back. The other one said he was just taken out of the game. Either way, he's not playing. He's not starting at least tonight, as the inside handoff goes absolutely nowhere. A half a dozen blue jerseys there to push back the ball carrier. Good pursuit by the Indian defense. So the first play goes absolutely nowhere. They've given, call it a 2-yard loss on the play.
That's going somewhere. That's going backwards.
That's right.
That's what we want them to do.
Nichols, the lone setback. They come out 4 wides, 3 receivers to the right, and the pass underthrown. In fact, the intended receiver was Matthew Ney, slipped in the grass as he tried to plant and wait for the ball to come back to him, and by the time he got to him, he was on a bounce. So the incomplete pass brings up.
No, that was good.
They called that a catch?
They called it a catch.
That ball hit 3 feet in front of him.
Yeah,
I heard it bounce.
Yeah, John Slaughter standing right here next to us. He says he heard it bounce off the turf. But the guy in the stripes was about 4 feet away from the play. So
we'll call it a gain. Third down and 8. They're rolling out. Peck is there. Peck's after him. Now a whole bunch of shirts there to bring him down, and a flag down late. Caleb Peck, the first man there. Now hold on. Let's see what the penalty is going to be. They're going to call it a 5-yard unintentional face mask called against Preston. That'll be from the end of the play, so it's still going to be third down and very long.
Brings up third and long, 14.
So now if it wasn't a passing situation, it is now. They need to get out to midfield for a potential first down. The quarterback, Sheldon Romerell. Ney comes here to this side, trips to the left side of the formation. They throw it underneath. It's complete. The pass complete there to Downs. Downs still on his feet, has a first down across the 50 up to the 45. And another flag comes in, and this is probably going to be another face mask call.
19-yard pickup before the penalty. That was a nice run after the catch.
You could see his head kind of turn. Yeah, this is going to be a personal foul this time, so this is not the coincidental type. This is going to be the big kind. This is going to move the ball 15 yards.
Well, I guess there's two ways to move the ball in football. Penalties. What is that, 2?
That's 3. Three for
penalty.
25 yards here. So first and 10, the ball all the way to the 30-yard line. Inside handoff, breaking a couple of tackles, still on his feet up to about the 20-yard line, as that's Kyler Nichols, able to pick up almost 10 yards on the play.
Going to be about 2nd and 1, a long one.
Twins to each side. Nichols remains the lone running back. Rob Morrell gives it to him up the middle, gets through the initial line, picks up the first down. Inside the 20, down to about the 17, maybe the 16-yard line, depending on where they spot it. It'll be good enough for another first down. So they'll put the ball down at the 16. So first and 10 from there. 3 receivers right. Romero again. They'll give to Nichols, and good stop this time as Caleb Peck jets through the line, able to get Nichols by the shoelaces and bring him down after a short gain, maybe about a half a yard on the play. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and long. On the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard, approaching 5.5 minutes left here in the first quarter, as both teams really keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock running. Here's the snap out of the shotgun, looking, throwing underneath, tries to get it out here to Nichols in the flat. Nichols kind of alligator armed it, not able to bring it in. It's an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 roughly.
Looked a little bit too low for him to really keep in stride and catch the ball all at the same time.
And he wasn't going to go very far, as there was the cornerback on that side coming right in on him. He was going to put one on him almost as soon as he could put the ball away. So here comes the 3rd down play, 3rd and 10. 2 receivers to either side. Romero wants to look, now throws it underneath. It's complete. It down to about the 12-yard line is the pass complete to Zach Snow.
Crossing route didn't develop as deep in the middle of the field as they would have liked it. Didn't pick up as much as that could have.
It was only a 4-yard gain on the completion. So 4th down here. And they look like they're going to go for the field goal here. Trey Huff, who's the kicker out there, they'll put the ball down at the 19. This will be a 29-yard attempt from the right hash. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it wide right. So Preston dodges a bullet here as the kick goes wide right, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line, just like they did after the opening kickoff of tonight's game.
Back and forth. A lot of this game has happened in the midfield area. This is turning into that defensive battle we mentioned.
Exactly. The Ron Keller Tire scoreboard tells us there's 4:38 to play here in a scoreless first period. Dan Hubbard along with Val Cook with you tonight from here at Preston High School. One more game left in the regular season. That comes up next Friday when Snake River will be here. They're going to empty the backfield. They're going to go 5 wides this time, 4 to the left. They'll throw underneath. They set up a little screen pass to Peck. Gets around the corner, takes a pretty good pop, is knocked out of bounds as he gets up near the 30-yard line. See what we're going to say. He's knocked out of bounds. They're going to call it to the 28, so that'll be an 8-yard completion from Hyde to Peck.
That is a play that they have attempted to run quite a bit this season. Sometimes it develops and works like that time, but a lot of times it gets broken up. It's easy to read for the defense.
Hyde is 3 out of 5 for 21 yards so far in the game. He's going to go deep. It's going to be too deep. Tried to get it out there to Scott Dunn, but he overthrew Dunn. And it'll bring up second down. Check that third down, about 3.
Well, that's what happens when you gain 8 yards on the first down. You can try fun plays like that.
Right. You still have third down and manageable at 3rd and 3 here. As they go 3 receivers right. Single receiver out here to the near side is Fewitt. And they'll hand it off inside to Iverson, who bounces it outside, gets around the corner, gets near the first down, but he's going to be just short. Gains about 2.5, and he's going to come up just short of the first down.
Carrier picks up 1. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
So 4th down coming up, and they're going to keep the offense on the field, and they're going to go for it. Yes, indeed. So big play here early in the first quarter. 3:55 in the clock running. Now they want a timeout, and they want to talk about it. No score in the game on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard with 3:53 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to Preston Indian football on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
So 4th and 1 for Preston in their own territory. This becomes a big call here. Here early on in the first quarter. Now they're going to punt it, actually, as they change their mind. As kicking the ball away was Smith. Pretty good punt. They let it roll, and it's still rolling down to the 20, and it'll be down there on a big punt by Smith.
About a 45, 48-yard punt somewhere in there. Long, nice roll for Preston.
So that'll bring Pocatello out for the second time tonight here in the first quarter. First quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by our friends at Preston Auto Parts. Of course, that's your local CarQuest dealer as well. Preston Auto Parts, great people, great products, and great prices. 1st and 10. Nichols in the backfield. They give it to him. Tries to bounce it outside. Peck trying to string it out. Oh, knocks him down. Great play by Peck trying to get around the corner. Short gain. He'll get a yard, but a great play by Peck to keep it to just 1.
If he would have got around Peck, he could have picked up an easy 5, maybe 7.
Yeah, he had a big open sideline right in front of him.
Right.
They set the ball again right on the 20, so it's really no gain on the play. So it's 2nd down and 10. Trips left, single receiver to the right side of the formation, bad snap, nice play to be able to just go down and get it, and then the throw is low and incomplete.
Pass attempt is incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
So Romerill's another throw short. This one intended for Ruben Maldonado. It's 3rd down and 10. 3rd and very long.
Taking a long time getting the play in for Pocatello.
They're going to send 3 receivers right this time. Nichols stays in the backfield. See if they go that little crossing route again. Wants to throw. Throws deep down the middle, and it's too long. Incomplete pass intended for Jody Downs. And now it's fourth down and 10 from their own 20.
And their special play team comes in. Sure, they're going to set up the punt.
Scott Dunn goes down and stands on his own 45. Another as ball's bad snap blocked into the end zone. It's going to be covered by Ward for the touchdown. So the punt was blocked. Ward hustled to get it in the end zone, and it's a Preston touchdown.
First 6 points on the board on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Go to Preston. 6-0, 2:45 left in the first quarter. Brought to you by Preston Auto Body, or Preston Auto, your CarQuest store.
Scott Dunn on for the extra point. The snap, spot, the kick is up, and it is good. And Preston, after just like last week, the bad snap early on in the first quarter. Tonight it's a block punt covered in the end zone for the touchdown. And Preston has a 7-0 lead. Take a quick timeout. Back to the kickoff after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal.
So the block punt in the end zone, where the coverage was made by Garrett Ward, gives Preston a 7-0 lead after the extra point. 2:45 remaining in the quarter on the Ron Keller scoreboard. As this comes down to Nichols. Nichols going left, has a hold and knocked down as he gets across the 35-yard line. Another nice return by Kyler Nichols, I should say. And it gives Pocatello pretty good starting position. Important that Preston scored first. Not only they lost 8 in a row, they really weren't even close.
Oh.
That's the bad part.
Well, it's nice to see that 7 points up on the Preston side of the scoreboard.
So 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Inside handoff, he dropped the ball. As who's got it? They umpire Preston's ball. Second turnover charged against Pocatello.
Well, it's not a game of penalties so far. It's a game of turnovers. And it's all against Pocatello.
Block punt, and now the fumble inside. And Preston will start in plus territory for the first time tonight as they start from the 34 of Pocatello. Inside handoff goes to Iverson, trying to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he's going to lose a yard, maybe 2 on the play, and bring up second down at about 12.
74, Robert Billward on the stop of Pocatello.
2:15 to play here in the first quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
They're giving him the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, didn't gain anything.
They gave him forward progress back to close to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 11. Hyde wants to throw. Now he's going to roll right, looking right, throwing right, down toward the end zone. He's got a man. Did he get a foot down? Then they're going to call it. They're going to call it down about the 5-yard line.
Nice catch right on the sideline. From across the field, looking at it from our vantage point, it could have gone either way, but glad the refs are on the field with him.
29-yard pass play with a first down. Run right. It's Peck racing to the corner. He's in. Touchdown. Peck goes for 5 and another touchdown.
Just like that. What was it? 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
2 scores for Preston.
Not much, that's for sure. The key play on is the reception. The 29-yard gain. Scott Dunn on to try another extra point. This one's up, and it is good again. So just about 30 seconds off the clock. Preston has put the ball in the end zone twice and lead it 14-0 here in the first quarter.
Yes, they've got the momentum working for them again tonight, just like they have climbing out of the second half of this season for the Preston Indians. It's good to see that momentum staying with them.
Well, you have to respect the running ability after what he did last week by Iverson. And that really opens up the throwing lanes for Hyde.
Yep. And I notice Hyde is connecting on a lot more passes, obviously, with his career game last week.
There you go back to the game against Minico. He had a great game.
Yes.
And this, if he put those type of numbers up again tonight, that'd be 3 weeks in a row. So here's Iverson to kick off again. As a line drive kick, it's going to come down this time again. It's going to come to Nichols. Nichols is going to go left again, trying to get around the corner. Strung out pretty well by Preston and gets up to the 35, falls forward to about the 36-yard line. And that's where Pocatello will again bring the ball out and put it back into play, trailing by 14 points here early.
Seems like every time he takes a kickoff and runs it back, it ends up real close to the 35-yard line for Pocatello.
Yeah, we talked about lopsided victories for Pocatello. Last year it was 44-28. Year before, 40-28. 41-33. The last time that Preston had beaten Pocatello was back in 2010, and that was a 44-3 final. Milner with the handoff. Gets across the line of scrimmage. Very short gain. As getting up off the bottom of the pile, Connor Schaefer making the tackle. 1 yard gain for Nichols. Second down and 9. Little quick hitch pattern over on the far side. That's caught. Gets up to about the 42-yard line. So we're still short of the first down. Be about a 4-yard hitch pattern as the pass complete to Jody Downs.
Defenders all over him.
So Jaden Downs with the reception. As that one's thrown again, they go for Downs. That one's incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 5. So they try to go a little quick that time, a little hurry up. And the fast pass again falls incomplete.
Just under 1 minute left here in this Preston Auto's first quarter.
As into punt is Nicholas McAdam. Who had his punt blocked just a couple of minutes ago to see if they come after him again. Dunn, the deep man in the pattern. Flag down at the line of scrimmage right at the snap. This ball's going to roll out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. But hold on, let's see what the penalty is going to be. The initial indication is against Pocatello. Illegal procedure against the kicking team. I don't know, if I'm Gary Thorson, I have him bring it back and kick it again. Wow, they declined the penalty. They're going to take the ball back all the way down at the 17-yard line. So they declined the penalty. I think I take that and make him kick it again. 5 yards farther back. Just to give Dunn a chance to get his hands on the ball. But, I'm not here to second guess anybody.
That. Yeah. Well, it definitely has caused a little bit of confusion on the field for the Preston players. Got players running on and off the field. Well, am I supposed to be in here or not, Coach?
I think they expected to take the penalty as well.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, all the way back at the 17. So for the third time in 4 possessions, Preston's going to start from their own 20 or worse. 2 receivers to either side. Iverson remains the lone setback.
Inside handoff goes to Iverson. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, gets across the 20 up to about the 23.
Andrew Iverson, the ball carrier for Preston.
With about 30 seconds left in the first quarter, it's 14-0 in favor of the Preston Indians on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. I think I'm going to hand my microphone over to in the second quarter to John Slaughter.
Okay.
And let him run a little Keller with you, if you don't mind it.
Be nice to have John with us. I know he wasn't able to make it last week to Burley. But second down and 4. See if they get the playoff. They do. Hyde looking, Hyde throwing, Hyde going deep. It's going to be too long, incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 1.3 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Pass attempt is incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Hyde 4 of 7 in the first quarter for 50 yards. And he still has one more chance here.
It's going to be another long one, I bet. Letting the kids play a little bit with just a few seconds and a bit of a lead.
So 3rd down and 4. Iverson remains the lone setback. 3 receivers in the left side of the pattern. Hyde's going to roll left. Now he's just still rolling left. And now he kind of runs into a crowd and he's going to go down back at the 20-yard line. So he's going to lose a few yards on the sack.
Short of the first down.
And it'll be 4th down and about 7 when we come back. That's the end of the first quarter. First quarter tonight brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. And after the first quarter tonight here at Preston High School, it's the Preston Indians 14, the Pocatello Indians nothing on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Well, they line up for the punt, and Isaiah Smith has his punt blocked. And it's picked up right about the 2-yard line and taken in for a touchdown. So one punt block deserves another.
Yeah, they just teamed up, Dan, and they, just swapped off right there. So we'll get, if we can stop them from the extra point, that'll at least give us a 2-point conversion and a hit lead.
So the punt was blocked. That makes it 14-6. As coming for the point after is Huff. Get the ball down, kick is high up, and it is good. And quickly, just 10 seconds into the second quarter, the Pocatello Indians are on the board.
A momentum change there, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll stop the Indians. I mean, the Indians might need to pick themselves back up on this one, on this kickoff.
I believe that was Jacob Freeman, number 55, who picked up the ball and ran it in.
I was working getting the program back on over here, so I didn't see what happened there.
So it's 14-7. Just one of those sounds when you hear it, you know it's not good. The old double thud.
Exactly. We're looking to see where the ball ends up.
So Preston will kick it off here. Scotty Dunn and Andrew Iverson will stand back about their own 5-yard line, and Huff will tee it up at the 40. And put the ball back into play here in the second quarter.
All right.
Kind of a cool thing coming up at halftime. They're going to honor the state championship team from 1993, 25th anniversary of the state championship. They're going to honor the team here at halftime.
93, that was before I came to Preston.
Huff puts a toe to it. It's going to come down to Iverson at the 4. Iverson coming here to the near side. finds a hole, gets a block, steps a man, breaks a tackle, and gets all the way out to the 35. Nice return. 31 yards on the return for Andrew Iverson.
Yeah, he's got the speed and the build to get through there. If he gets momentum going and he gets some good blocking downfield, he can make some holes.
He averaged about 25 yards of return so far this year. Takes that one out 35.
That's a 30-yard gain, 31.
So it gets it out to the 35 and 1st and 10 there. Caleb Peck back in the backfield now. As again, Preston will go 4 wides, 2 to each side. Huff out of the shotgun. Or I should say Hyde out of the shotgun. Little reverse, that's going to go to Ward. Nice play, gets across the 40 up to the 41.
Ward got a good block up on the line on the left side there as he was able to slice through there for a gain of 5. So good run by Ward, Garrett Ward.
A good looking little misdirection there as well, as everybody was coming here to the near side, and then when they gave it to Ward, he was going left.
Yeah, he went to the weak side. Yeah.
Ward comes out hobbled just a little bit. Dalen Hansen, the senior, with a couple of catches on the year, comes in to replace him. He'll line up as one of the twin wide receivers to the right side. Now we're going to have a player going off over on the far side for Pocatello. A name and number that I do not have. 24, Jarrett Lindsay. He goes off over on the other side. 2nd down and 5 here for Preston. Throw underneath goes to Dunn.
Dunn had to dive down for it. It was a low pass by Hyde. Unable to get much momentum on that throw.
Should have just let it go. That was a complete pass a few minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, for Pocatello, they got a completion on one just like that.
That's right. 3rd down and 6. End up losing a yard. And again, they'll go 2 wide receivers to either side. Iverson back in the backfield now. Hyde, quick, out comes to Dunn. Dunn sidesteps one man, gets across the 45. That should be good enough for a 1st down.
Good 1st down. That's a quick out to the left, and Dunn was able to grab it and get his 5 yards because there was almost a single coverage on two receivers out there.
So that's the first time tonight, here in the first quarter plus, that Preston's been able to convert on a 3rd down play. Hyde looking, now rolls, throws, going to throw, got a man. That is Hansen. Hansen with a big gain across the 15 down to the 12.
Yeah, he came from the right side, went out over to the left side, and was out in the flat all by himself. He lost his man, left his man clear over on the left side, so wide open.
43-yard pass play from Hyde to Hansen. Now, hold on, they're calling something against Pocatello. It was just declined, so they'll take the play.
I didn't even see the flag.
I didn't either. It's well behind the play. Hyde now 6 of 10 here in the first half for 99 yards. 9:50 to play here in the second quarter on the Ron Kettler Tires scoreboard. They give it to, on the jet sweep coming here to the near side. Another flag comes down. That is Isaiah Smith.
That was Smith. He came in motion. Hyde handed off to him, and he came off to the right side and turned up the field. But I think there was a hold on Preston coming back.
That's what it was. First time they went with that little jet sweep this time.
Usually that works pretty good for him because that Peck is pretty fast. When he gets up there and turns that corner, he can really rotate into the end zone. But those penalties will kill us every time, Dan.
That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That's 4 penalties against the Preston Indians here in the first half for 35 yards. Remains 1st down. They put the ball down all the way back at the 19. They have to get to about the 3 for a 1st down. Fake it to Peck. Hyde rolls, throws underneath, and it's picked off. Coming across the formation and making the interception, getting back out across the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that was Hyde. He actually telegraphed that pass. He looked all the way down. He was watching one man only, and he threw that right in, and it was picked off. The coverage man just stepped right in front of it and took the ball.
So turnovers now are 2 apiece. A block punt for each side. No fumble and interception.
Yeah.
So
first interception of the night.
9:18 on the change of possession on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And they'll throw underneath. This is complete as this is up to the 25-yard line. That's Jaden Downs from Romrell to Downs.
And that was Smaley who was able to make the tackle, so stopped him from gaining much after the catch.
4-yard completion. Downs now 2 catches for 8 yards here in the first half as they again go 4 wides, 2 to each side. Lone setback. They give it to him. That is Nichols. Nichols barrels ahead to about the 30-yard line.
It's close to a first, but not quite. I think it's going to be about a yard. No, they're going to mark him 2 yards short. They're going to mark him right on the 30.
Yeah. So short gain.
You know, it's looking at these offenses, as you mentioned earlier, you and Val mentioned earlier, these are almost mirror offenses. They get their signals in from the sideline, and they're very close.
Again, Romrell wants to throw down the middle. Nice defense. As it again is Smith, right inside his man's shirt to knock it away. 3rd down.
I almost thought Isaiah grabbed him just before he turned to the ball and grabbed him. I thought the official was going to reach for his flag, but no call, which is good.
4th down, that'll bring on the punt team. So once again, Pocatello ineffective on their 3rd down attempt. They're just 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
Yeah, how many first downs have they? They probably only had a few.
Yeah, just a handful. The punt, they get it away, and down. Dunn takes on one big bounce, cuts it outside, gets around the corner, down the sideline. He gets up to about the 44.
Stepped out of the 43, 44, right in between there. So.
I tell you why he stepped out of bounds. Caleb Peck was coming back to throw a crackback and about cut him in half.
Yeah, well, they marked it to the 45. I was surprised how far up they marked that because he stepped out about the 44, like you said. So extra yard for the Indians.
So 1st and 10 as Preston puts it back into play at their own 45. They're going to go 2 running backs this time as well, just like Pocatello did last time. It's Iverson, I believe, who took the handoff. He ended up losing a couple of yards.
Might have been. I thought it was Peck.
Was that Peck?
No, it was Iverson. You're right.
Nope. It was actually Isaiah Smith. So Smith, the ball carrier, loses a yard.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I saw the red flag on. He's got a red towel on the front of him, and Peck's got red
sleeves. Yeah.
So I thought it was Peck.
So 2nd and 11. This time it's Peck. Peck gets across the 45, falls forward. Look at marking all the way back here by the 47. That'll be a short gain.
Yeah,
both about 3 on the play.
Both official says his knee went down about the 47.
So 3rd down and 8.
It's a long 8 for the Indians, the Preston Indians. I keep forgetting they're both Indians there.
Peck, who carried the ball last week for 14 times for 77 yards. And so far, Pocatello's kept him pretty well bottled up. Hyde rolling right. They're coming after him. A couple of guys got it. He gets it away somehow and throws an interception. It's picked off. He threw it just up for grabs, and Downs able to pick it off at the 40, and he runs it back to midfield.
That was a poor decision on Ty Hyde's part. He should have thrown that out of bounds or something, at least give him a chance to punt. But he just threw it up, as you said, for grabs, and there was nothing but white shirts around the ball.
Yep, exactly.
To get it.
2nd interception of the half against Hyde. 3rd turnover against Preston overall. But it remains a 14-7 lead here for the Preston Indians with 6:47 to play here in quarter number 2. Romrell
screen pass
underneath. Nice defense coming up quickly to break that up was Iverson.
Yeah, that was a good play by Iverson. He blitzed that, and that he was headed for the quarterback. They saw the screen pass and dove over after him and did a great job of making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Jaden Marley was the receiver on the play, who lines up on the inside in the trips formation left. Again, Romrell wants to throw. They're going to roll right. He throws underneath. He has a completion. That's underneath to Downs. as Downs makes his third catch here in the first half.
Yeah, we got a flag here, and I'm not sure what the officials saw.
Gonna go talk to the boss, the white hat.
There were 3 Indians around the receiver when they went down.
If this play stands, it's going to be either second or third down, about 6. As they're still talking about it. And it's going to go against Pocatello. I'm not sure what that sign is. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've seen that one either. I'll have to get my book back out.
Now they're going to talk about it, see what they want to do. The bad part about not knowing what the indication is, you don't know how far it goes.
Right, whether it was a wide ball, dead ball, or whether it was off from the line of scrimmage or from the point of the foul.
They're going to take the penalty no matter what, and it's going to back them up from the 48 all the way back to the 41. So it's going to be about a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
All right, from the spot of the foul. So that puts them, with about 2nd and 10, back to second down again. Repeat second down.
So second down.
They moved it back 2 more yards.
Second down and 20. A little over 20. 21, matter of fact. Romrell throwing, looking deep. Got a man. They're a little hand battling out there as Downs and Smith just kind of hand jousting as they're going down the sidelines.
Well, Isaiah, both hands come up as they were both looking for the ball, and technically that's legal as long as they're both looking for the ball and playing the ball, and they're not pushing off before the ball gets there. Then they usually won't call that.
Romrell now 6 for 11 in the first half. Third down and 21. Little swing pass. That goes out to Nichols. Nichols breaks one tackle, gets away from another man, gets across the 45 to the 46, but he's still well short of the first down.
You know, I was watching Ty Hyde after that play on the throw. He came rushing in. He hit the quarterback well after the ball was thrown. I'm surprised we didn't get a roughing the passer call. He hit him pretty good.
It's an 8-yard gain, but still well short of the first down.
4th and 14.
Here's the punt. Ooh, coming after him. Peck almost hit him. In fact, he got a little bit of a shove for his as a thank you present.
As Peck got in his face, the kicker pushed him away. So,
So kick down at the 24-yard line. That's where the offense will come back out and put it back into play.
So Indians back on offense again. That'll at least we stopped them from scoring.
5:05 left here in the first half. Here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard is Preston trying to break an 8-game losing streak head-to-head to Pocatello. 2 running backs in the backfield, twin receivers right, and they give it off to Dunn, who was lined up in the backfield, and Dunn gets it out. I take it back. That's not Dunn. That's Smaley.
That was Smaley. He got about 6, maybe close to 7.
So Smaley with a nice gain.
8 of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on the carry for Smaley. And they'll let the clock run, and again they'll stay with 2 running backs, Peck and Smaley.
Good field position for the Indians.
Well, right about the 30-yard line. Inside handoff to Peck, bounces it outside, gets around the corner, goes by a man and down the sidelines. Oh, and he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, just out of bounds. He had 1 foot. He saw that opening, tried to sidestep the intended tackler there, and he stepped out of bounds at the 43-yard line. They're
going to mark it at the 43. That's a 13-yard run for Peck. And another first down.
So a first down for the Indians. That'll be good for the Indians. They're on the 43.
There's that jet sweep again to Ward. Flag comes in from behind the play. That's generally a holding penalty.
Yeah.
As they get up to about the 41.
From the umpire. Flag come in.
That'll be another holding penalty. Push them back 10 more yards.
And that's from the spot, so it'll be about repeat first and 22. with a no. It was,
Right
at the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage.
First and 20.
The Ward got back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll back him back. That's 45 yards in penalties now here in the first half. That's not what you want to do.
No, that's not good for Preston. Well, for any team, that's hard to win a ball game when you're killing yourself, shooting yourself in the foot.
So first down and 20. They go back to a single setback, 4 wide receivers. Iverson the lone setback. They'll go back to that. They'll fake it to him and we'll flip pass to Iverson. Gets across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. So he gets a good chunk of that yardage back.
Close to 15 yards gain for Iverson, but that was a good play. They let the receiver, the defender come into Hyde, and he hit him just over the out in the flat. So
you said it right. It was almost 15 yards, 14 to be exact. Second down and 7. They give it back to Iverson. Iverson with a lot of room to run over on the far side. Picks up the first down, still on his feet across the 45, up to the 40-yard line. And another big run, another gain of 13.
Yeah, Iverson's doing some great things, on the great play calling from the sidelines too, but that he had a lot of room to run. So that took him over into Pocatello territory.
It's 5 first downs now for Preston here in the first half. Clock stops with 3:23 to play. Peck the lone setback. 2 receivers to either side. Man in motion coming back here is Smaley. Inside handoff on the delay goes to Peck. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about all.
Yeah, he didn't have much room to block there. Pocatello kind of sensed that run there. Their line just moved down with him. As he moved to the left, they moved right with him.
The last 4 years, Preston has averaged 37 points a game head-to-head against Pocatello. Pocatello, unfortunately, has averaged about 47 points a game during those same 4 games.
So true.
Fake handoff again. Hyde rolling right, has a man in front of him. Peck just kind of lays a half-hearted screen. Hyde jumps over a man, gets across the 35 to the 34, but a flag comes down.
I think they're going to get him for actually going over the top of the receiver.
Hyde, the ball carrier. We do have a penalty flag.
If they're going to go low, why can't he jump? That's the way I look at it.
It's going to be interesting to see if they call this off, but
I mean, if you're going to lower your head and you're going to come down, and they do. They call it against Hyde. If you're going to lower your head and you're going to come in 5 pads or lower,
right?
That's almost more protecting himself.
Yeah,
but it's going to be another penalty against Preston.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that. This linesman over here on this side, I've watched him in a number of games. I'm not saying anything good or bad about him, but he does throw a lot of flags.
And that's another 15.
Yeah, that comes down as a personal foul.
So flag day is broken out here at Preston High School. It's 6 penalties here in the first half. So second down and long, 18 to be exact. Hyde Ruther's going to roll left this time. Puts his head down, gets across the midfield up to about the 49. It's a short gain and brings up third down at about 17.
Hyde's good when he takes the ball and run it. If he runs into a receiver, he can get an extra couple yards, but he's not the quickest.
Exactly.
He needs to give that ball to these young men that can run faster, outrun the defender. But, I think he's
a little gassed after that run over here on the near side.
Right.
Clock rolling, 1:50 to play here in the half on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Iverson, the lone setback, trips left. They're going to throw here to the right side. That's done. It's complete up to the 25. First down.
First down for that was a beautiful pattern that Dunn ran. He was out here to the right, to the wide receiver, and he just went up 10 and slanted in, and Hyde hit him right in the numbers. Nice pass, nice reception.
Gain of 23. Hold on, we need to move the chains here. We'll start the clock and whistle it into play when the chains are set.
1:30 to go.
Clock rolls. Fake the handoff. A little toss comes out here. That's Smaley. Smaley gets across the 25 up to about the 21 before he's finally run out of bounds. Jarrett Lindley runs him out of bounds.
Yeah. Smaley didn't have much of a chance to run up there. They played him pretty tight. The defense, they were going man-to-man. They had a follower all the way across on Smaley.
As Coach Thorson's out of the field waving up here, just yelling to stop the clock. 2nd down and 6 here after the 4-yard gain by Smaley. They're going to go trips left, throw it underneath to Peck. And Peck took a peek to see where Lindley was as he tried to turn upfield and drop the ball.
Yeah, he's been hit from the backside, from the blind side quite a bit, but Peck was unable to turn up quick enough and get to the ball. It's a good thing it was a forward pass because there was defenders around there that could have fell on it had it been a backward pass.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:14 to play. There go 3 receivers left again. Dunn, the lone receiver here on the right. Peck, the lone running back, standing on the right shoulder of Hyde. Hyde looking left. Comes back right, goes to Dunn, down in the corner, and it's caught. Did he get a foot down? Yes, touchdown.
That was a great catch. He went up high, and that's one good thing about Scotty Dunn is he does have some hops, but he was right at the back of the end zone, just barely got a foot down from the end line, and made it 6 for the Indians.
So the 22-yard touchdown pass makes it 20-7 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. As Dunn will line up now and try to kick the extra point. The kick is up, a little line drive, pooch.
Didn't clear it by much, did it?
Little punch 9-iron right over there and picks up the extra point. That makes it 21-7 with 1:08 to play. Take a timeout, back after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? Then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Well, the play, they lined up to go for an all-or-nothing alley-oop play. 4 receivers right, and Hyde's throw was over everybody's head, and that's the way the first half ends. So a good, productive half for Preston as they go off leading by the final score of 21-7.
21. Yet they were able to capitalize on some big plays, and make some good plays, and get down the field and move the ball well. But Pocatello, they're standing up to him. This game isn't over by a long shot.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stat sheet. Also recap the scoring in the first half and look at some scores from around other games for you as we go to halftime here with the Preston Indians leading on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard 21-7 over the Pocatello Indians. Take a timeout. Back with some halftime activities after this on 105.5 FM. AM 1340 and mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
When you work as an auxiliary member at the Franklin County Medical Center, your service is felt by all of Franklin County. Register to become an auxiliary worker at noon on October 8th at the Franklin County Firehouse. Auxiliary members receive free flu shots, appreciation gifts and dinners, a Christmas party, a discount in the Simply Gifts shop, plus you'll make new friends and develop new leadership skills. Come and learn all the great ways you can serve as an auxiliary member. The auxiliary recruitment meeting will be held October 8th at noon at the Franklin County Firehouse.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here at Preston High School as the Preston Indians leading the Pocatello Indians by a score of 21-7 after the first half of play. They went through just about 3 quarters of the first half, or first quarter I should say, scoreless, as finally Preston was able to block a punt that was picked up and carried into the end zone and made it 6-0. The point after by Scott Dunn made it 7-0. About 30 seconds later, after an interception, or after a fumble, I should say, Caleb Peck ran the ball in 5 yards to make it 13-0. The extra point made it 14-0. That's the way the first half ended. The first play of the second quarter, Pocatello was able to block a punt. Jacob Freeman picked it up and ran it in about 2 yards to get Pocatello on the board. The extra point made it 14-7, and then they're late in the second quarter. Ty Hyde threw 22 yards to Scott Dunn for the long, pretty catch in the back line of the end zone. Extra point made it 21-7, and that's the way the first half ended. And John, what did you think of the first half?
Well, both teams are playing, I think, fairly well. Both defenses are really hard. I think Preston's moving the ball a little bit more on Pocatello than they are. I think you mentioned different yardages for the teams, but Preston, they're on their game. The only thing is Hyde's got a very strong arm, and sometimes he has a hard time getting that long, deep pass right where he needs it.
He's overthrown his receivers a couple of times tonight. In fact, the big one that he had last week was a little underneath route to Scotty Dunn that he turned into a 62-yard touchdown run. But tonight, he put one right on the money along the back line to Dunn for 22 yards. That was the final touchdown of the first half.
And that's the thing. If they're on, we have receivers that can catch the ball. There's no problem there. But yeah, it's just those short passes and run. We know these receivers can catch and run. So. That's going to be the key to us here. Get them out in the flat where there's, find out where their holes are. If they're playing man to man, it's easier to get open. But they're not much. Preston's playing more in a prevent defense a lot of times instead of the full man to man. So.
Yep. Ty High put up some pretty impressive numbers last week, threw for 203 yards overall. He almost threw for that in the first half here in tonight's game. We'll take a timeout. We'll look at the stat sheet when we come back as Preston leading Pocatello 21-7 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Back with more halftime activities after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here at Preston High School. A very well-played first half, but I'll tell you what, Preston made the most of the opportunities that they were given as they put up 20. However, there are some things to correct as we look at the score sheet or the stat sheet for the first half here in tonight's game. Preston and Pocatello each turned the ball over 3 times.
3 times. Unbelievable, because usually both teams were pretty good, but that's where you lose the game is the more turnovers.
Right, exactly. Running the ball, Peck, 5 carries for 27 yards. Ty carried the ball twice for 7. Garrett Ward, 1 carry for 6 yards in the first half. And Andrew Iverson carried the ball 3 times for a total of 21. The big number on the stat sheet from the first half belonged to the arm of Ty Hyde. He was 10 of 14 in the first half for 155 yards.
That's nice. that's working good. But like you say, there was 2 of them that were pretty long throws, and the rest were down short. Screens out to the side. Just hitting the small receiver.
Yeah, and 2 of those 3 turnovers were he was responsible for as well. A couple of interceptions on one ball, just simply just sort of thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, I was really surprised that he didn't throw it out of bounds. But when you get under pressure, it's easy for us to sit up here and watch it.
Absolutely.
But when you're under pressure, that was probably just let it go and hope he got it down far enough.
Yeah, the one number on the stat sheet first half that Eric Thorson is certainly not going to be happy with. 7 penalties for a total of 70 yards against Preston in the first half. On for Pocatello. Pokey, as they like to be known, it was Kyler Nichols who carried the ball 6 times for 19 yards in the first half. That was really the bulk of their running game in the first half. Sheldon Romrell, the quarterback, was 9 of 15 for 60 yards, and certainly had opportunities for more, but his team ended up fumbling twice on plays that if they're just would have been satisfied for the sizable gain that they got and not struggle for an extra yard or 2, they would be able to keep drives alive, but they ended up losing the ball and Preston turned it into points.
Exactly, and then also Tom Tramwell, he struggled a little bit of time, hitting his receivers too. Both quarterbacks have overthrown their receivers. That's where their incompletions came in. But it's tough out there. You get pressure, and it's really tough to work sometimes.
They both have big arms, and they like to air them out, and let them show somebody that might be watching. Look how far I can throw the ball. I can overthrow my receiver, which is good and bad.
That last play that Ty Hyde, when he threw it downfield, he threw it from the 20, and it landed on the 10 of Pocatello. That's how far he threw it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 70 yards. And so he's got the arm. He's definitely got the arm, but accuracy we need to work on.
Yeah, you got to get your guys open and get them out there beyond people too. And if you can do that, then you'll be able to drop them in their arms, and certainly see if they can do that. So last week, Hyde threw for 203 yards. It was his biggest throwing game of the year, and certainly he's well on pace to match or exceed that again tonight with 155 yards passing in the first half. One other number to tell you about, just 1 penalty against Pocatello in the first half. That was for 15 yards.
Well, I mentioned to Val earlier, just before the game, I says, when I saw some of the officials down here, after seeing them for a number of years, I know which ones are going to throw the flags a lot, and this linesman on our side throws them quite frequently.
They threw 8 in the first half between the 2 teams, so that's certainly not a good number. 6 first downs in the first half for Preston, 4 for Pocatello as well, as Preston leads it by a score of 21-7 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Taking another quick timeout. We'll come back second half coming up in just a matter of minutes right here on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer, and I'll give you $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC. FDIC.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
Second half kickoff coming up in just a couple of minutes here, or actually just a minute, I should say, here at Preston High School. We do have one score to pass along to you. It was Westside leading Bear Valley, Bear Lake, 27-0.
20. Yeah, Westside has got a very good program out there. Coach Moser's, has just done a terrific job. So yeah, they're very strong 2A.
Yep, and like we said right off the top of the broadcast, that had all the potential of getting ugly quick. If I remember the number off the top of my head, so far this year, Westside had scored something like 226 points, and Bear Lake had allowed over 200 points in the last 5 games.
Wow. Yeah, like you said, that game could get ugly, and probably before it's over.
So we're ready for the second half kickoff. Preston will kick it off to Pokey here in the second half, and Preston will go from left to right for those listening on AM 1340 tonight here in the third quarter. As Iverson approaches, line drive kickoff. It's going to come down to Miller.
35.
Yeah, it's going to go around to the far side. Well, I thought he had a knee down, but I guess not. And he gets up to about the 33-yard line when he's finally knocked out of bounds. That is Kyler Nichols.
Yeah, I thought he picked it up. When he caught it, he was already on his knee, and so. But
they let it stand, and he returns it out to
35.
They mark it at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 there. Pretty good starting position here for Pocatello to start the second half.
That's always good to get out there where you can breathe.
They go 3 left. He's going to throw underneath. It's complete, and it's caught there by Matthew Ney. Ney's knocked out of bounds good enough for the first down on a 10-yard gain.
And Preston was in a zone defense. They had they rushed 4 and had 7 back, and they're playing more. Now they're rushing 4. They've got 7 back, and so that's leaving a lot of room on the hole.
Nichols takes it right up into the middle of the line, gains about 3 on the play.
I think they're baiting them just a little bit. They'll probably start blitzing here a little bit here. 3 down linemen.
Call it a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. Nichols a lone setback again. They'll fake it to him. They'll throw underneath as it's going to be caught down the sideline. Still on his feet. Ahead across over the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Zach Snow.
Yeah, Snow had wide open there again. They're only rushing 3. And they've got 6 back, but they're throwing the ball, and there's plenty of room to run because they're playing in a zone defense. And I think Preston needs to go back to that man on man.
That's a 30-yard pass play, good for another first down. As the ball's loose again out here, and it's looked like the blue shirts are on it. They are. Preston's got it back.
Yeah, that was a backward pass to the backfield, and was it done? No, it was Isaiah Smith, I think, fell on it. Or
looked like a high got off the bottom of the pile, and also looked like he got up hobbling just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, he's going to head back toward the huddle. Hobbled just a little bit.
So Preston on the 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's where the offense will put it into play here for the first time here in half number 2. They go 2 setbacks. Give it to Peck. Peck going to try the left side, trying to string it out as Pocatello. But Peck able to get some positive yards out of it as he gets up near the 35-yard line.
It's going to be about 3, I think. Maybe 2, maybe 3 yards.
Give him.
Well, only a gain of 1 where they marked it.
That's a little stingy on the spot, it looked like.
Yeah, I thought he was further ahead than that myself. But if you'll notice, they're in Pocatello's in a man-to-man. They look like they're in a zone, but they're all up. They've got everybody up. Man goes in motion, somebody follows him.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they got 10 men in the box. Trying to really force Preston into throwing it short as it goes to Dunn. Dunn tries to sneak down the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds at the 43. That'll be close to a first down, maybe about a yard short. Call it an 8-yard gain.
It's going to be close. He's marking it right at the 34, just behind the line. I think I'd measure that one. Get a better look at it. Hyde's keeping.
Hyde's keeping, but Hyde's the interior defensive line really kind of stood that thing up. They're going to give him just enough for the first down.
Yeah, like I say, Ty is what, 6'6",
right?
And he can run forward. He just has to lean over forward. As long as he's got momentum forward, he can get across the line of scrimmage.
So they'll move the chains, 1st and 10. Ball right at the 45-yard line here. Early on in quarter number 3. Glad to have you with us here tonight. One more home game on the schedule next week against Snake River. Inside handoff goes to Iverson, bounces it outside, gets across the 50, a flag down behind the play, across the 40, up to about the 38-yard line. As your friend, the line judge here on this side, now another flag down after the play back in the backfield.
The second flag is going to be against Pocatello, but it looked like holding on Preston on the flag at the line of scrimmage, just beyond the line of scrimmage, 5 yards down the field, but there was a late hit out of bounds on Pocatello on this. That should be offsetting.
And let's see, holding offense. And the other flag.
They'll either mark them both off or they're offsetting. I'm not sure which way they'll go.
If that one is a late hit, personal foul, they'll mark this one 10 and then come back 15.
Right.
But there's been no indication of the second call as of yet. Now, here we go. Holding offense. There's 2 flags on the play there, Mr. Whitehat. They're not going to call it?
I guess they're picking up the flag on that.
Well, let's see if they'll spot the ball. Now they're going to dead ball, personal foul against the defense. Now they'll come back 15.
Yeah, now they'll come back 15. So they, instead of offsetting like in college and professional, they're going to mark them off. That's close to a first down.
Boy, that's going to be inches. First down in inches. after the penalties are both stepped off.
The umpire has short legs. Should have been over the line.
There you go. There you go. So Hyde and the rest of the offense looking, hold on, timeout. They're still not ready to play. Now they are. Preston's going to go 3 wides here to the near side. That's the right side of the formation. Peck is the outside receiver in the triplet formation. Give it to Peck. Peck is strung out. Can't not get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about 1.5 yards, and he's going to bring up second down.
It was Ty Hyde pitched the ball to the back to Peck in the backfield and then made a good block, really, but he blocked him into the run instead of away from the run. So
they can mark it all the way back to the 49, so now it's second down and 4. Ends up as about a 4-yard loss for Caleb. Hyde wants to throw again, has it, it's done. Makes the catch, simply steps out of bounds at the 40. Good enough for the first down on a 9-yard pass play.
Yeah, that play's worked for him all night so far, Dan. And they hit this wide receiver out here. He goes out 5, maybe 10 yards, and they hit him right out there before the defender can come up on him. That play, I'll bet you they've completed that 4 or 5 times already tonight.
That would give Hyde now unofficially on our stat sheet 172 yards passing here in the game tonight.
Yeah, those short passes are working for him.
They go
pitch to Iverson.
They string it out a little bit. Iverson finally gets back to the line of scrimmage and stretches up to about the 40, and you might get a yard out of it.
Well, we'll take the yard because that'll give him second down and 9. But, yeah, Iverson didn't have much blocking on that one. They didn't fool anybody on that one.
The Pokey defense kind of sniffed that one out. They knew it was coming. Look, they're throwing away free pizzas, or no, Frisbees.
The Frisbee, if you get a Frisbee, you can turn it in for a free pizza.
It's a Frisbee pizza. Second down and 9. And whistles right at the inception of the play. False start against Preston.
False start against Preston.
That's 9 penalties now.
They didn't talk about those in the halftime, I guess, huh?
A holding and a false start. 9 penalties for 85 yards. Second down, 15. Clock runs, 8:35 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Hyde wants to throw, looking just a 3-man rush, so really no pressure. Now he's trying to roll. Now he's just going to throw it away as he ran out of time.
Yeah, that was smart that time. He got that one out of bounds. Tate Green was the one that had a chance down the sideline. He went in and cut into the middle. He was wide open, but Ty Hyde had to run out of the pocket, and so he wasn't able to get the ball to him. So
Keenan Search had the pressure on Hyde and kind of gave him a little shove after he released the ball, but no call from the referee on the play. So it's now 3rd down and 15. As they again spot the ball down at the 46 of Pocatello.
We got Dunn here to the near side, so he's looking like he's going straight down the field unless he cuts into the middle again.
And he's got single coverage out here, so they look left, now roll right. Hyde still rolling, puts the ball down, makes a move, gets across the 40 to the 35, going to be just short of the first down.
Yeah, he's going to be about 3 yards short, but that was actually a good run by Hyde. He found an open spot and took it through the hole.
Being about 11-yard gain, 4th down and 4 here.
4 down territory. They'll go for it on this one rather than kick it away.
2 wide receivers to either side. Peck the lone setback, tried to get the line to jump. They did, but no call.
That's a neutral zone infraction. I don't know why he didn't throw it.
Well, that's your buddy down here.
Yeah, the one time he doesn't throw it, it's against us.
So the throw underneath goes to Smaley. It's complete. That's good enough for the first down. Smaley to the 20, still on his feet. Thrown back to the 21.
Yeah, that was a good play by Smaley. He came in across the flat, and Hyde hit him right on the numbers and was upfield about 10 yards, so made about a 10-yard play.
That's another 14 yards. Well, Smaley with another good catch. And another first down here for Preston. That's 3 first downs on this initial drive here in the second half.
Yeah, they're protecting the ball real well. He's making good choices on his throws and making sure this doesn't go in the hands of the Pocatello.
7:10 to play here in the first half.
Smith on the
jet sweep. Boy, he's got a corner, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, Smith got a great block out here on the side by Riley Parker, and there was one other blue shirt out here, 25 by Tate Green. 2 great blocks, freed him up to the end zone. He was able to hit the corner real quick.
21-yard run is good enough for the touchdown. That makes it 27-7. Scott Dunn on to try the extra point.
Garrett Ward, the holder.
Scotty Dunn on for the point after attempt.
Snap, spot, kick is up, and another little punch 9-iron is right through there.
That looks like my 3-iron when I'm about 10 yards off the green.
28-7, 7:03 left here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And back with more diagnosis of your golf game after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Here's the kickoff from Iverson. This is going to come here on the near side, and it's going to take 2 skips and out of bounds. And that's going to be another penalty here against Preston as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
They don't mark off any yardage on that type of penalty, but it gives them excellent field position. They'll take it up the 35-yard line.
So The Pocatello Indians find themselves trailing by 21 now. 27-8. Preston on top.
That was I heard a pregame prediction that we would win about 24-10, but who knows?
Well, so far that's not bad. Romrell throws underneath, has a receiver, gets up to the 40, gain of 5 yards on the play. That complete to Downs.
They've got trips out here to the left, goes up the middle.
They're going to stay with the running game. Is that against Kyler Nichols up the middle. Gets up about a yard short of the first down as he picks up 4 more. Nichols, who started out so quick, but then they went away from him there in the second quarter. He ends up only with 26 yards rushing so far in the game.
He's a pretty strong runner. He's got some speed. They're trying to pull him off sides.
Now they'll change the play as they all look back over toward the far sideline. Offensive coordinator just sticks a fist out, so whatever the fist play is what they'll change it to. He's going to roll left, looking left, throws underneath. It's complete as Smith misses the tackle. He went for the interception, and the pass complete to Downs up to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Isaiah Smith saw the pass coming out here to the left side. He tried to step in front, but the receiver was timed it perfect, grabbed the ball, and went around him. So
that's Romrell now with 120 yards unofficially passing as they go back to Nichols again. And Nichols gets forward to about the 41-yard line, so gain of 2. You know, I look down at these guys from Pocatello, and I look at these uniforms, and I think late 1950s Chicago Bears.
Exactly. Yeah, the dark blue numbers and the white, mostly white and dark helmets. That exactly.
Yeah, dark blue numbers trimmed in red. I mean, that is the Chicago Bears.
It is.
You got an injured player on the field. We'll keep it here as the training staff comes out to look at him. As not sure who it is. He's laying.
A Pocatello player.
It's a Pocatello player laying on his stomach at about the 42-yard line. I think it's an interior lineman. And we're unfortunately looking down and trying to move a knee around a little bit. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, that's usually a hyperextended knee. It doesn't, but usually they'll turn over.
Yeah, they roll him over. I think it's. I don't want to guess. So next week, final home game of the year, final regular season game of the year. Yeah. Snake River will be here.
Right, and this is probably Preston's biggest game right now. This will help them move up to another extra game in the year, where if they win this game tonight, if they stay ahead like they are, that will give them an extra game for state playoffs.
Right, and it'll not only qualify them for the state playoffs and give them an extra game, but it'll also will get them to within a win next week against Snake River of their first winning record in 8 years.
Exactly, and that's good. These young men deserve it. Thorson's done a great job keeping the players here. So, it's good to see the sidelines full of players. We've seen a few years where they haven't had very many on the sidelines.
Right. Jaden Jones was the injured Pocatello player, senior. He's up and walking off slowly over onto the far side. So it was good to see that he's up and walking off, at least under his own power. So 2nd down and 9 here for the Indians, the Pocatello Indians. The ball at their own, the ball at the Preston 42-yard line. They start the clock, 5:25 to play. Inside handoff. Oh, what a play. Peck shoots the gap and brings down Zach Snow.
Yeah, that's the second time Peck's come through, blitzed on that play, and they've handed off, and he's come through the line untouched. So great play by Peck.
Loss of about 3 yards brings up 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, their interior line, they match up with Preston's linemen, and then that opens up a gap for Peck to run through.
Well, he is quick. He's on top of guys when they get the ball. Little slant ball tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. And now here comes flags.
Yeah, he hit him a little bit early. That's on Preston. Pass interference.
And again, that's a step-off foul, not a spot foul, so it's still going to be short of the first down no matter what.
Actually, that'll give him, it's
only a 10-yard foul, isn't it?
No, it's a 15. It's a 15-yard penalty, so that'll give him 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I'm still thinking California. So this another 15-yard walk-off against Preston. That's 100 yards in penalties tonight. Throwing on the first down play, throws behind his intended receiver. It's incomplete.
41.
Pass intended underneath for Jaden Marley. 44.
The ball was right.
Bring it in.
Yeah, the ball was right in his hands. Hard throw, but he just wasn't able to bring it in. It was on the money.
2nd down and 10. Little square out. They come out here to the near side again. And then again is brought in by Downs. Downs gets up to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Preston's come out of that zone. They've brought 4 up. Now they've got 5 up there with a nose tackle up in. So they're coming up. They're going man-to-man.
Looking, throws underneath. It's almost picked off, but it's complete and a touchdown scored by Matthew Ney.
Yeah, it went right through the hands of Smaley and right into the hands of the Pocatello receiver, and there was nobody to even come close to him as he went right up the middle to the touchdown.
So Romrell to Ney for 24 yards on a score. That makes it 28-13 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
4:05 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Huff in to try the extra point. It's blocked as it will remain at 28-13 after the blocked extra points. So once again, special teams step up big here for Preston. Take a timeout. Back to the kickoff after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
24 yards, Romrell to Ney for the touchdown. Point after was blocked. It's 28-13. 4:05 left here in quarter number 3 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Yeah, I believe that was Connor Schaefer that blocked that punt or extra point. So that really helps the Preston Indians as they'll receive the kickoff.
Dunn and Iverson back deep, awaiting the kickoff here of Trey Huff. Huff with a big leg. Boy, he's put the ball deep. And this one's a line drive kick. This is going to come to Iverson. Whoops, skip past him. And it goes into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Yeah, once it crosses the end zone, it's definitely a touchback, but even if it's touched.
So the ball comes out to the 20, and once again, Preston's going to start in their own territory. Out of all the drives they've had tonight, only twice have they started in plus territory on the evening. So
right.
Pocatello's have been a good job keeping them at least backed up somewhat.
Yeah, you would think if you were just watching this with no commentary, you'd think that Pocatello's had the advantage, because not very often have they had has Pocatello been back into Preston territory.
So 1st and 10 for Preston at their own 20. They'll go 4 wides, twins to each side. Peck the lone running back. Hyde in the shotgun, puts Ward back in motion, fakes it to him, gives it to Peck. Peck up into the middle of the line, is going to get a short gain, maybe 2.
That was a good play call. I thought he'd get a little more yardage than that because there was a big hole for Peck to run through, but it closed immediately when they saw the fake to Garrett Ward because he was in motion then handed off to Peck. It closed early.
You know, the one time they did give it to Ward tonight, he had a pretty good run, 6-7 yards on that little jet sweep. Try that again just to keep them honest so they don't tee off on Peck.
Right.
Throw underneath this time. It's complete. Over on the far side, get up to the 25. They say the ball come loose. Let's see. As they unpile over there, it was Smith getting off the bottom of the pile. And they say, nope. Preston's going to keep the ball.
Yeah, it looked like Isaiah Smith stayed on top of it, was able to pull it back in under his chest to save the down.
4-yard gain. 3rd down and 4 here. And Hyde now up to 190 yards passing on the night, unofficially. There's the jet sweep. This one's coming to Smaley, gets across the 30, gets knocked down, spun around. He wasn't touched. He was knocked down back here by contact. He got up and took off running again.
Yeah, he did. Nobody blew the whistle, and now they're saying that he was, and that I think it was the far official that says, no, he was down.
Yeah, well, he was down by contact. Somebody hit him and spun him around.
Right.
So he got up and took off running and got everybody here on the near sideline all excited.
Yeah, we thought we was headed for a touchdown. However, the good news is we did make a first down.
Right.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians, or Preston Indians.
So Smaley gets 5 on the little jet sweep. Another first down for Preston. They start the clock. 2:30 to play here in the quarter number 3 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. Preston leading Pokey 28-3. I'm sorry, I think of Pokey. I think of a little horse made out of clay.
Pokemon. I won't make fun of them. I have some good friends in Pocatello, and some of them go to that horse. That's cool.
Or Gumby and Pokey, one of the others. Here comes Iverson, makes a move, gets across. Wow, take a blind-sided hit. Knocked forward. That's a big hit delivered there by Brian Jackson.
Yeah, he hit Iverson didn't even see him coming. He hit him hard. That took him right off his feet. He'll feel that one in the morning.
Gain of 8. 2nd down. And 2 yards coming up. One of the few real opportunities that Iverson really had to run free tonight.
I'd like to know what they call this setup here with 4 wide receivers out to the right, 1 on the left. See what they do with it. Oh, keep up the middle.
Hyde tries to run up the middle. The idea is just to get one of the linebackers out to come out here and try to open up the middle of the field.
In order for that play to work better for Preston, that snap has got to be lower so that he can start forward and get the ball. But he's had to go up every time he's run that ball. He's had to go up above his head to get the ball and bring it down. That doesn't give you a very good start.
So 1 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 here. Inside a minute to play here in quarter number 3. Preston leads by 15. Peck, big hole, first down and more across midfield up to the 48-yard line.
Good run by Peck and some good blocking too. The tight end come in and cross off the guard that was pulling out and made a big hole for him. The big guy on the tight end, that number 40, wasn't able to come out and get Peck as he turned up the field.
Gain of 12 on the play and another first down. 10 first downs in the game now here for Preston. Inside a minute, see if they snap the ball here. I think they probably have to snap it just with about a second or 2 left in the period, so they're probably going to have to get the play off. Hyde changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Out of the shotgun, wants to throw. Looking, steps up into the pocket. Flag comes down. That's probably another holding penalty here against Preston.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. He was intended receiver was out here. I think Garrett Ward was supposed to come out to the left side here because he was in the slot, and he just wasn't able to get there and had no one to throw to.
Ty Huff is a linebacker along with the kicker for Pocatello, and he was coming almost untouched on a blitz, and Hyde had nowhere to go when he wanted to roll right.
Right.
So it is a holding penalty here against the Indians.
Be an interesting call. 11 seconds, and the play is stopped. Oh, because of the penalty. The clock will start as soon as they spot the ball.
They'll walk it off 10 from the spot of the foul, so it's going to put the ball all the way back at the 35-yard line.
25 yards for a first down.
They'll start the clock after the ball is spotted, and they're going to let the clock run out here. So when we come back to start the fourth quarter, it's going to be a first down and 24 on the way. So the Valley implement fourth quarter coming up after the break. Take a timeout. We're done with 3. It's our guys.
it's the Indians.
It's the Indians leading the Indians 28-3. Back after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
The D. Glenn Smith Spectrum on the campus of Utah State University is one of the most electric venues in college basketball. Don't miss your opportunity to secure Utah State basketball season tickets for the 2018-19 season. Join new head basketball coach Craig Smith on the Aggies' quest for a Mountain West Conference championship. To purchase USU basketball season tickets, visit UtahStateAggies.com or call 1-888-U-State-1.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, and the farm, remember, you can turn
We'll start the fourth quarter. First and 26 for Preston as they want to throw deep. Gunn is open and it's just out of his reach. He got behind everybody.
There's another 60-yard pass down the field. But like I say, had done just a little bit more time. If Hyde could hold that ball up just a little bit more before he throws it, give him a chance to get underneath it. It's got a lot of height on it. He throws that ball high and deep.
And it's a pretty ball.
It is. He throws a very good ball that way.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Valley Implement, serving agricultural customers here in the Valley since 1951. Second down. The ball spotted at the 35. They have to get all the way across midfield to the 39 for a first down, 26 yards away. They want to throw again. Hyde has to roll this side. Comes out, gives it to Iverson, gets a block. Flag behind the play. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything right where he threw that flag.
The official on this side, when he goes home tonight, he's going to have to ice his shoulder.
I know it. I mean, I've seen this. I won't say anymore. I'm sorry. I could probably get in trouble. But, I saw nothing. Oh, he's saying
they're going to call an ineligible man downfield, not a holding penalty.
Right. I wonder what the play called. Must have been a mix-up on the play from the lineman. They must have thought he was going to run it because I didn't see anybody downfield.
So that's going to bring the ball back, and it's going to push him back again. Ineligible downfield, and they're going to decline the penalty. Huh?
Yeah, that make it third down and
bring it way up here near midfield. If they decline the penalty, Iverson's reception came up here near the 45.
Right. Well, they're going to mark it off. They accepted it.
Now they accept it. The original indication was they weren't going to take it, so it's going to push it back another 5 yards.
Well, that's also a loss of down. If you have an ineligible downfield, that should be third down. That should make it third down.
They haven't changed the down box.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
So they still have it second down. It's now second down and about 31, I believe.
Yeah.
So Hyde's going to roll right, throw underneath. The throw underneath goes to Tate Green.
Oh, Tate Green, yeah.
And that'll bring up third and long. Picks up a few yards. And now everyone wants to, again, look over here to the near side. Offensive coordinator goes through his gyrations. Clock runs, so while they're doing all that, the time's just burning off the clock. They end up with 3 wide receivers to the left. That's the near side of the formation here. You'll watch it on the video feed. They're going to throw underneath to Peck.
It's short.
And Peck tried to lean back for it, lost its footing. It's going to go incomplete and bring up 4th down and very long. So
Yeah,
an obvious kicking situation here.
Yeah, you wouldn't do anything else here. You're in your own territory and nothing but, well, of down markers. I don't think they can see them without binoculars.
And Isaiah Smith into punt. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 10:34 to play here on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. They want to put 4 seconds back on the clock. So that'll make it 10:38. And Isaiah Smith into punt. The lone receiver, stands back in his own 25. I believe that is Kyler Nichols. Snapped a little high, but Smith able to go up and get it. As the punt's going to come down on a bounce. Nichols has it across the 40. Tries to jump over a pile of people. Gets up near the 44-yard line. Yeah. And that's where the Pocatello offense will come back out.
Well, he had a lot of room out here to the right side, to his right side, if he'd have just kept running a little bit, because all of Pocatello had everybody over there on the left.
Right.
He had a lot of room, but he tried to cut it up the middle and was picked up there by, I'm not sure who it was that grabbed him. But.
So 1st and 10 from the 45. Good starting position here for the Pocatello Indians. And they'll toss it inside. It goes to Snow. Snow gets across midfield up to about the 49.
Zay Davis is on the stop.
Before Davis can actually finally drag him down. It's a gain of 6.
Zay Davis, a junior.
They throw underneath. Caught, immediately hit, and knocked down his downs. But they say it was incomplete. Nope.
No, they're saying stop the clock.
Oh, okay.
His arm should have been up. They tried to stop the clock because it was a completed pass, but it is a 1st down.
The downs, when he caught it, was immediately hit, but he had 1st down distance. Six-yard completion. Romrell wants to roll back the other way. He's in trouble and he's going down.
Yeah. Trying to see who that is getting up. Oh, that was Nelson. Was able to grab him from behind and pull him down before he could get away. He almost ran out of that, though. Was it?
Loss on the play brings up 2nd and 13.
Trying to go hurry as they're trailing here in the 4th quarter. The throw down the sidelines, that's going to be too deep. As they tried to go again to downs down the far sidelines.
Well covered out there by Smith, Isaiah Smith.
19 of 24 now is Romrell in the game for 154 yards. 3rd down and about 12. Romrell flicking down the middle, throws too tall, almost picked off. Smaley got a hand on it, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When Smaley picked him up and started to close in on him, the ball was overthrown. Had Smaley just seen the ball a little quicker, he had a good chance at that ball.
This is 4-down territory here with 9:17 to play in the 4th. The ball just a couple of yards over the midfield stripe, and Pocatello will go for it. They need scores.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of this opportunity to have an extra down.
They throw over the middle and almost picked off. Smaley came in, and now the flag comes in from the far side.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Isaiah Smith. Even though it was Smaley that had a good shot at intercepting that, Isaiah Smith hit him just a little bit quick. So that's going to give them a 1st down, because that was 4th and 14 or 13. And that'll give them an extra 2 yards on the pass.
Once again, the officials get together, and here's the indication: pass interference, Preston.
Yeah, Isaiah Smith just a little bit quick on that one.
So that's going to move the ball to about the 33-yard line.
And a 1st down.
And a 1st down. And another 15 yards in penalties.
We're going to go man-to-man in this one. Preston is.
And they give it to Nichols, and he's hit immediately.
Riley Parker and
Hyde
on the stop. Both of them in there real quick.
Going to be a loss on the play.
Nichols loses about 3 on the play.
Yeah, they'll give him forward progress from when he did catch it, but they drove him all the way back.
Put it back down to the 35. Second down and about 13. Throwing over the middle. That's low. And did he bring it in? Whistles?
Nope. No.
The officials actually get it right this time and say no.
I think this official on this side was going to call it a catch until he looked over to his partner and said, no, it bounced. He hesitated. I don't know.
So incomplete pass stops the clock. 3rd and 13. Again, they wants to throw. Throwing across the middle, throws high. And this time it is picked up and dropped. Smaley had it. He saw Green in front of him and dropped the ball.
Smaley had a beat on it. I just can't believe he didn't hold on to it because he has a good set of hands. He just come out as he came down, hit the ground. Nice play on the ball by Smaley.
So again in 4-down territory, 4th down and 13 from the 35. And obviously if they went for it before, they'll go for it now. Nichols, the lone setback. 4 receivers, 2 to each side, but they line up tight. Nichols in motion to this side, now hold on flags.
That'll be illegal procedure, 2 men in motion.
That'll push the ball back 5 here against Pocatello. Pocatello's play, actually, penalty-wise, has played a pretty clean game.
Right.
So it's now 4th down and even longer.
If you were
19.
If you were to listen to another analysis on a pro football game, and you says one team had 20 penalties on them and the other one had 2 or 3, you'd think, how'd they possibly win?
Right. They need to get to the 22 for a 1st down. They'll snap the ball from the 40. Throwing down the far sidelines. He's going to be out throw again all of his receivers. Had a couple of men down there. And you think somebody ran the wrong route as Downs and Nichols were almost shoulder for shoulder running down the far sidelines.
Just as Tremwell was throwing the ball, he got hit pretty good. He went down on the ground because he went up and threw that as hard as he could down the field, overthrew everybody.
So they'll turn the ball over on downs after the incomplete pass. Preston comes back out onto the field. 8:26 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And here in the 4th quarter, brought to you by Valley Implements. We thank them for that.
Oh, single coverage out here.
2 wides to each side. They're going to go inside to Peck. Big hole up the middle across the 45 up to the 46-yard line.
You know, Peck is so quick and he's so small too. He goes right through that line. He's hard to pick up through that line. Yeah. If I was him, I'd wear blue shirts and that red. They can pick him up on
exactly. Wear a blue undershirt. So 2nd down and 4 coming up. Valley Implement. They've been serving the agricultural community and customers here in the Valley since 1951, and we thank them for sponsoring the 4th quarter of football all year long here tonight. And there's your buddy throwing another flag.
Another flag from...
How well do you know that guy?
I don't know his name. I don't know his name. I'm not going to release any names, but yeah, this... I've officiated a lot in my days. 17 years I was an official.
Right.
And best game I ever did, Dan, was when a coach come up to me and the next day I had a game against him. He says, "I don't even remember you here." And I says, "Then I did a great job."
That's right. You most certainly did. The penalty goes offside, was against Pocatello, so it moves the ball 5 yards and gives Preston another 1st down. So 1st and 10 from just over the 50-yard line.
Split backs.
Back on each one of Hyde's shoulders. They go twins to the far side. Single receiver down here.
Fumble.
And a fumble. And Hyde's got to fall on it quickly. So they'll lose a couple of yards, but that's in the meantime, it keeps the clock running as we're at 7:07 left here in quarter number 4 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And Preston still with that 15-point lead. They lead 28-13.
a rare occasion to see Peck coming out on an offensive play.
Smaley and Iverson in the backfield. Hyde out of the shotgun. Give it to Iverson coming here this way. They stack him up as the interior linemen all gang up on him and drive him back. That's Keenan Search, number 51. 74 is Nathaniel Millwood, a couple of big seniors on Iverson quickly.
Yeah, he'll have some white on his helmet after that one. There was 3 big boys pulling Iverson to the ground.
So Iverson's going to come out. 3rd down and 16 here. And again, the clock runs after the running play was snuffed out by the Pocatello defense. We're at 6 minutes now remaining here in the game. They'll go 2 setbacks again. Twins to the far side. Single receiver out here is Knapp. Looking, throwing deep. It's Smaley out there. He's got it. Down to the 5. Spin move. Touchdown. Smaley. 49 yards.
Great throw. That's the kind of throw you like to see Ty throw. He gave the receiver time enough to get down the field, had enough time to throw the ball, and Smaley ran under it. Made a great move on the 3-4 yard line, spin move into the end zone. Great job by Preston High School right there.
49-yard touchdown pass from Hyde to Smaley. That makes it 34-13.
That'll up his numbers for the night for him, for Ty Hyde.
We'll get to that number here in just a second as Downs done rather on to kick the extra point. Look out. That's going to hurt somebody. That's a line drive just over the top of his offensive lineman and no good. It's 34-13, 5:41 left here in the contest.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
We're back here as Preston adds another 6 points on the 49-yard touchdown pass from Hyde to Smaley. The 49-yard touchdown pass, John, gives him a total of 244 yards unofficially. Once again, his biggest night of the year.
Yeah, so that he bests his night from last week, which is good. And we have the lead. So
that ball almost stayed in bounds down along the sidelines, but it's going to come out to the 20.
Yeah, that's
actually come out to the 30 after the kick actually rolled out of bounds.
35, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 35-yard line.
So 5:41 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. I have Hyde 20 of 17 of 21 in the game for the 244 as that pass underneath goes to Nichols. That's good enough for 12 yards and a first down.
You know, I just noticed number 74, and of course he could have been lined up as a tight end, but he was way downfield on that throw. So I was kind of surprised there wasn't an eligible receiver downfield on that.
Pocatello's got to go in a real hurry now as that ball's dropped as they tried to get it to Downs.
Downs and Isaiah, he was hit hard by Isaiah Smith just as he dropped out, caught the ball too. So he'll be thinking about that one next time.
If he would have caught it, and that kind of hit may have burped it loose.
Yeah, it's a nice hard hit by Isaiah Smith.
Stops the clock with 5:21 to play. 34-13.
Cross pattern.
Looking to throw underneath, has a man as they get up near the 46-yard line. as Matthew Ney with the completion.
Yeah, that was a good play by Pocatello. The two wide receivers on the right, they went out on a cross pattern, and that mixed up the Preston defense on the man-to-man, and so yeah, that was a good play.
Snow in motion back to the far side. Turned it up a little bit too soon. No call, no flag though. Going to throw deep down the sidelines to him, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he's a short guy. He's fast, but he's not quite that fast. That ball was out about 10 yards in front of him, so tough to catch it when it's that far out.
You know, we talked about the numbers for Hyde, but Romerill's numbers are nothing to sneeze at. He's 21 of 27 for 175 yards on the night.
Yep. The only ones he hasn't completed is those deep ones downfield.
Exactly. Wants to throw again. Looking. Now comes back here with another option. Throws underneath, and it's caught.
It'll be a first down.
Just over the 40-yard line. That'll be another first down.
So he's pretty accurate on them short passes, same as Hyde. You know, they're both doing really well.
Again, looking down the far sideline, and it's going to be another pass interference call. Iverson never turned around, and Downs tried to reach around and to catch the ball.
Yeah, that was a good call by the back judge. He had him right there, and I was watching Iverson all the way as I saw the ball in the air, and he just tried to face guard him with his both hands straight up in the air, and yeah, that was definitely pass interference.
That's 12 flags now on the night against Preston for 130 yards.
This will be another automatic first down.
So 1st and 10. Spot the ball at the Preston 25. Again, Romno wants to roll. Now throwing toward the end zone. Back to with the back of the end zone, and it is battled for. Iverson was there, almost had it. And now we're going to have a penalty flag thrown right here on the sideline for Preston. One of the coaches came out to say something with no call on the offense in the end zone.
That was
He ran at about 10 yards on the field. He's going to get a penalty marker. So this is going to go against the Preston bench.
Sideline, yeah. That's their first warning, so there won't be any yardage marked off on that flag. That's a sideline warning. As Knapp.
Thorson's looking at him and laughing.
Oh, those makes me laugh.
Actually, it's not a sideline. It's actually more of an unsportsmanlike conduct because he ran out on the field to yell at the officials. So
that's true.
It does move the chains.
Yeah, that's true.
He'll spot the ball about the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Romno wants to throw. Rolling.
He's going to
rolling right. He's going to run it. He's got a big hole all the way up the middle. He's going to take it in. Touchdown. So that 12-yard touchdown run.
The Preston opened up that hole as they were trying to cover all the receivers downfield, and there was just nothing but daylight between him and the goal line.
So the 12-yard run makes it 34-19.
15-point lead for the Indians with PAT pending.
Here's Trey Huff to try the extra point. His last one was blocked. Snap. Kick plenty high this time. Kick it almost up over the top of the pine trees.
Yeah.
And the kick is good to make it 34-20 after the extra point. Take a timeout. Back after this on the Valley Implement fourth quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Preston leads 34-20 on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Paint or cleaning products, you'll find them all, plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
4:15 left here in the quarter number 4 here tonight. As Preston is 4 minutes away from breaking an 8-game losing streak against Pocatello and qualifying for postseason play here with a win tonight.
I'm expecting an onside kick here.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
because they've only have 4 minutes. They've got to score twice, with the extra points being good.
Yep, they're coming here to this side, to the near side, and it's right at, I believe that was Peck or Smaley. Smaley with the good hands.
And did the right thing. He did the right thing, just fell on it. You don't want to take a chance of trying to pick it up and having it knocked out and not being able to get it tucked in. So that's the right thing to do by Smaley. It puts Preston in good field position.
Now they can run the ball and get a couple of first downs. Let's let the clock run. That's going to force Pocatello to start burning their timeouts here. Yeah, a couple of first downs, 2 or 3 first downs, are pretty much in the game. Peck, the lone setback. 2 receivers to either side. Smith in motion. The jet sweep. Trying to get around the corner. Needs a block. Gets back near the line of scrimmage and then falls down inbounds. Very smart play. Keep the clock running with 4 minutes to go in the game. Just a short gain. Gains about 2 on the play.
Yeah, Isaiah tried to stretch it out to the right side and tried looking for a hole to cut up, but Pocatello stretched him out, was trying to run him out straight out of bounds, but he was able to cut up field for 2 yards.
Yep, so far they're not going to use their timeouts, going to let the clock run.
Oh yeah, there's still quite a bit of time. They're hoping to get the ball back. 4 down linemen.
Again, Peck the lone setback, 2 receivers to each side. Letting the clock run as much as they can. They give it to Peck, bounces it outside to right, getting around the corner. Peck gets near the first down.
It's going to be close, I think, but I think he does have it. If he has it, that's going to really help because that took a full minute off the clock, and that set of downs right there. Oh, they're going to mark it short.
It's going to be just short. 3rd and 1 here. Clock stopped because he fell out of bounds with 3:23 to play.
It's going to be Iverson up the middle, I believe.
For the first time tonight, they take a snap under center. Toss to Iverson, coming left. Big hole, gets across the 40 up to the 34-yard line. That is good enough for a first down.
That was a good play, good call play, because they were over there on the right hash mark, and the pitch out gave him plenty of room with only one single wideout out here to the left, and so made a big hole for Iverson on the pitch out.
So they'll set the chain, start the clock as we approach 3 minutes left here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 34-20. They go back to the 2 wides out of the shotgun. Iverson the lone setback. They'll give it back to Iverson. Tries to slip out of the grips of one man.
That's 40.
That was Keenan Search. One of the big defensive linemen came in and got a hand on Iverson. He'll lose a yard, but it's going to let the clock run. Nope, there's a timeout call here by Pocatello. Forces him to finally take a timeout with 3:46 to play. We'll take a timeout as well. Back with more after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
The 2nd down and 12 play from deep. They go to Knapp. He's got it. Touchdown. 36 yards. Gordon Knapp brings it in, and they extend the lead.
That's his first reception for a touchdown this season. They've used him as a decoy a lot. And, yeah, I'm happy for that young man. He's a neighbor across the street, and I'll tell you, we're glad to have him.
So Hyde throws for another score and ups the lead to 40-20, point pending. Snap, spot,
no good.
Done again, about trying to knock the goalpost down.
I think Garrett Waite's having a hard time putting that ball down in time for him to get up and get his foot underneath it, because that ball has to be leaning forward for it to be kicked down like that. So just a little bit of struggle on the hold.
So 40-20, 20-point advantage, 2:37 to play. As Knapp able to haul that one in for a touchdown. It's also his longest pass reception of the year. His first touchdown catch, as that goes the touchdown pass for 36 yards on the score.
Well, that'll pretty much close the door for Pocatello with only 2:37 to go in the quarter in the game.
So last time, 8 years ago, when Preston was able to beat Pocatello, the final score was 44-3. And over the last 8 years, the closest they came was 11 points. That was in 2012 when they lost 35-24 as the kickoff taken short. Picked up there.
Good run back by Pocatello. Got it up to the 44, like 39 yards.
Schaefer and Knapp on the stop. And the Pocatello offense will come back out. 2:30 to play on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. As Pocatello comes out, 3 wides here to the right side of the formation. That's here on the near side. Kyler Nichols, the lone setback.
Preston Moore in the prevent defense, got 3 trips out to the right.
Wanting the throw, looking deep, airing it out down the far sideline. This is kind of a wobbler, and it's going to land not only out of bounds, but well short of its intended target. And it'll stop the clock.
That's the first one we've seen go short.
Yeah.
It's usually been overthrown, but they had their speedster down the left side.
He being Romrell, throws a really pretty ball, and that was probably the first ball he threw all night that wobbled on him. Wants to throw it again, rolling left. Pulls it down. Now he's going to cock it back and let it fly. He's got a man out there, and it's caught and dropped.
That was lucky, because that was Isaiah Smith out there. He wasn't looking at the ball either, but he got a hand up, but wasn't actually face guarding him, so there was no call on the ball. The receiver caught the ball, but it went through and dropped before he could make it a legal catch.
Jaden Downs, the intended receiver. So it's 3rd down and 10, and they'll send 3 receivers right again. Single receiver is Downs to the left. He likes to throw to Downs. Pump fake this time. Throws underneath. Downs has it up near midfield. That'd be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, Isaiah Smith on the stop again. Hits him just as he gets, but he did get the first down. So it was that 3rd and 10?
That was 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
A couple incomplete passes. Now makes him 22 of 31 tonight. Now wants to throw again down the middle. He's got a man down there again. Downs down inside the 10-yard line, brought down at about the 7.
What's that, 5 straight passes to him?
Yeah.
About 5 straight. This one he catches.
And got a man down here for Preston. That's Isaiah Smith. As I think snow kind of rolled over him during the tackle. He may have got his ankle rolled up on.
But it was a saving tackle by Isaiah Smith. Otherwise, he was in the end zone. They hadn't gone down. He took the punishment on that one, though.
It's about a 42-yard pass play.
We knew he had to connect on one of those sooner or later, huh?
That puts him over 200 yards tonight as well, unofficially. They give him 234 on the night on our stat sheet upstairs here, as both the quarterbacks have certainly aired it out tonight. He has 234, and Ty Hyde with 244. So between the two quarterbacks, so 500 yards passing. Four receivers, 2 to each side. Fake the handoff, and now Romrell is going to keep it. Gets up near the 5 before he's finally pushed back by a trio of blue jerseys.
Yeah, that play didn't work as well for him this time, as the hole was there for a minute, but Preston was smart enough to close that as soon as they saw him pull the ball down and tuck it in.
They'll go hurry up, 1:27 to play. And again, Romrell looking, now wants to roll, now throwing over the middle, and right in the middle, and it's almost picked off. And I think it was Iverson who had the ball stripped out of his hand.
Yeah, he had it, and he took a couple of steps, so it's close to being a fumble.
Yeah.
A catch and then a fumble, but they called it incomplete.
Jaden Marley's the guy who got his hand in there to strip it away. Stopped the clock with 1:17 left. 3 receivers left this time. Romnell looks left, throws underneath, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock, and it'll bring up 4th and goal here.
Yeah, they'll go for it. They won't kick here. That kick won't do them any good. It's 1:12 to go.
Nope, they need touchdowns. So 4th down, they'll try to punch this in and go for another onside kick here. So they'll go 3 wides again to the left. Romnell's going to roll left. Looking, throws back across his body into it. It's picked off in the end zone, as it's another turnover tonight, and Smaley has himself another interception.
So they'll call the safety as he's in the end zone. Can't run it out in high school.
That's 5 turnovers tonight for Pocatello.
So Preston should kneel this one down. 1:05 to go.
Turnovers were a problem for them last week as well. They had 3 turnovers inside the red zone last week.
Right. In fact, that's was it Burley? Yeah, Burley scored it on him on the turnover right there in the end zone, near the end zone, like 2-yard line or something.
So they'll set up the victory formation. Hyde will just simply take a knee, and they'll force them to use what timeouts they have left.
I think they're going to let it run.
Well, they called the timeout.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So timeout on the field with 1:02 left in the game. And tonight's game, the 4th quarter of which is brought to you by Valley Implement. Valley Implement serving the agricultural community here in the Valley since 1951. So next week, Snake River's here. We're back on the air with the pregame show next week.
And that should be a good game. Snake River usually has a pretty good team, so that should be a pretty good game next week.
Internet only next week. What's that? Internet only next week. I don't know. Keep listening to KCH. We'll let you know exactly where you'll be able to hear the game coming up next week. As again, Hyde will take a knee. Take the knee already. They're not going to let you just walk backwards. And again, another timeout called by Pocatello. They stop the clock with 58 seconds to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
So it'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Indians.
Coach Thorson now wants to talk to Ty Hyde as if to tell him, you know what, if you're going to take a knee, go ahead and take the knee right away, because if you keep walking backwards, they're going to come after you.
And that's so true, but also they're losing yardage.
Yeah.
As they go down. So it puts them closer to the ball if they just kneel it down. They got 58 seconds. They've got to make a play here. They've got to do something to run the clock out here.
So it's actually 3rd down and about 15. So they can't run the clock out even if Pocatello is out of timeouts now. And
he's going to keep...
Something going to see now. They finally come after him, but meanwhile the clock is running, and they still cannot run the clock out.
10 seconds. That's all that play took before they kneel down. But the clock is running, so
the clock is running, and they have to snap it, and that'll stop the clock and turn the ball over because it's 4th down.
Yeah, I would have figured with them having 3 timeouts, I would have at least tried to run it up, move it upfield a little bit, try to get some yardage out of it.
Yep.
And even a punt.
Because you got 1 first down, that would have really ended it, because they would have had to stop the clock several times before that. And now they've backed themselves into a hole. They'll take the delay of game penalty. Or Preston took a timeout just before the 30 seconds were up. There's only 11 and a half seconds remaining here in the game. Let's talk a little bit about Snake River. You said they are a 3A school, but usually they were one of the better 3A schools.
Yes, they usually have a good program down there, and they, like I said, at one time they won 52 straight games.
Wow.
That was, of course, it was under a different coach, but they've had a strong program, good participation in their school, and there'll be a handful tomorrow next week.
So that's coming up next week, the final game of the regular season, and Preston now 11 seconds away from getting back to even 500 on the year at 4-4, and a win next week would guarantee them their first winning season in 8 years.
So that'll be a fun one to listen to, folks. Tune in right here.
So they're going to punt it here, 4th down and a long ways, and they'll kick it away from about the 2-yard line, end over end kick. It's going to roll out near midfield, and all he can do is just let it roll, and they'll down it with a second left in the game. Smaley looks up at the clock and goes, okay, that's good enough. so that will, in fact, they'll let the clock run out now as the clock goes to zeros, and the celebration has begun. The 8-year curse is over as Preston beats Pocatello tonight by this final score of 40-20. So for the first time in 8 years, Preston knocks off the Indians from Pocatello, and in doing so, they guarantee themselves a postseason game.
And that's great. These young men needed it. It's been a long time since they've had a season where they can say, hey, we're on the way up again, and we're looking good.
So handshakes all around on a well-played game. If there was one number and we'll take a look at the stats coming up in the post-game show, but if there is one number that Coach Thorson's not going to like, it's the 12 penalties against his team for 130 yards on the game.
Yeah, that's almost it's ridiculous, personally. But some of them I think we could have avoided,
Yeah, I think so. I think some of them was just a little bit too exuberant up here on the official here on this side of the field. Quite honestly, he saw some things that you or I didn't, and called them penalties. So I could probably say that 25% of those, or maybe even half of them, are calls that probably shouldn't have been made.
There was one penalty that a pass interference call. I think we had like 4 or 5 of them on us tonight, but I think one of them was well called for because it was like 3rd down or 4th down. Had they caught the ball, that would have been a touchdown, and that would have put the game closer. And with the pass interference, that moved them up 15 yards, gave them 1st down, but still had a long way to go.
Final score, Preston wins it 40-20 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a post-game show right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? Then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
When you work as an auxiliary member at the Franklin County Medical Center, your service is felt by all of Franklin County. Register to become an auxiliary worker at noon on October 8th at the Franklin County Firehouse. Auxiliary members receive free flu shots, appreciation gifts and dinners, a Christmas party, a discount in the Simply Gifts shop, plus you'll make new friends and develop new leadership skills. Come and learn all the great ways you can serve as an auxiliary member. The auxiliary recruitment meeting will be held October 8th at noon at the Franklin County Firehouse.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Well, the Preston Indians kind of flexed their muscles a little bit tonight. We're having a very impressive showing offensively tonight as they put up 40 points in beating the Pocatello Indians tonight by the final score of 40-20. We'll kind of recap the scoring for you here in the game. Game got started about midway through the first quarter when Preston blocked a punt. It was picked up and carried into the end zone for the touchdown. The point after made it 7-0. Just 30 seconds later, Peck on a 5-yard run, took it, scored his first touchdown of the game. The point after made it 14-0, and that's the way the first quarter ended. The first play of the second quarter, it was Pocatello who blocked a punt. Jacob Freeman ran it in from about 2 yards away, made it 14-7 after the point after. But then Preston then countered with a 22-yard touchdown pass late in the second quarter. That was Hyde to Scotty Dunn, made it 20-7. Dunn made the extra point, and it was 21-7 at halftime.
And that was a beautiful play on that last play there, Dan, for Dunn as he caught that in the end zone.
As coming out in the quarter number 3, a 21-yard run by Smith, able to extend the lead. Isaiah Smith running the ball 21 yards for the score. The point after made it 28-7. But then a 24-yard pass from Ronbrell to Ney made it 28-13 because the point after was blocked. In quarter number 4, Preston had a 49-yard touchdown pass from Hyde to Smaley, made it 34-13. And then Pocatello came back with a 12-yard run by Ronbrell to make it 34-20. And then late in the fourth quarter, Preston was able to cap off the scoring on a 36-yard touchdown pass from Hyde to Knapp. The extra point was no good, but it made it 40-20, and that's the way the game ended here tonight. And again, a good offensive showing by Preston. They're able to run up 40 points against a team that has been their nemesis for most of the last 15 or 20 years.
Well, those between Pocatello and Century and Preston, they've been in the same region, same district forever. Mm-hmm. The same, since Preston went to 4A. And, Pocatello's been a thorn in their side. Century's gone up and down a couple times. We've been pretty successful, except for this year against Century. But, Pocatello's done real well.
So that's the way offensively, the way the game goes. We'll take another timeout, 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at the stat sheet, and we'll wrap up tonight's game right after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer. And I'm a nearby ATM. And I'm taking $20 out of my account. And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Welcome back here on the postgame show. We'll take a look at the stat sheet before we say goodnight after the 40-20 win for Preston here tonight over Pocatello. Really, the only numbers we really need to look at are the two quarterbacks' numbers, as it was Sheldon Romrell, the quarterback tonight for Pocatello. He was 24 of 30, actually make it 25 of 35 on the night for unofficially for 234 yards passing. And really no penalties to speak of tonight for Preston, which really kept them in the game. When you look at Pocatello, I should say. For Preston, we look at the other side of the score sheet. It was Ty Hyde, who unofficially 17 of 21 for another season high for the third week in a row, unofficially 244 yards passing.
It's a good night for Ty Hyde. He threw a lot. Both teams threw a lot. I'm surprised this game didn't go on longer than it did.
Exactly. Not only 244 yards passing, but he also threw for 3 more touchdowns tonight, which for Hyde, passing on the year, will give him 8 touchdowns. But he's still, with a couple of more interceptions that he threw tonight, unofficially now has 10 INTs on the year as well.
Yeah, that kind of hurts the numbers a little bit as you look at it. You'd think inefficiency, but then again, he throws a lot of them downfield, so that's kind of hard. That's a hard target.
Yeah, exactly. So next week, we'll wait the arrival of Snake River. They'll be here next Friday night, and we'll have the broadcast for you starting at 6:30 again next Friday. Be listening to AM 1340 this week. We'll tell you exactly where you can hear the broadcast coming up next Friday night, as they will play host, they being Preston rather, will play host to Snake River. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, by Lewiston State Bank, by Franklin County Medical Center, by My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, and by Idaho Salvage. We thank them for making tonight's broadcast possible, and of course we thank John Slaughter and Val Cook as well for helping us along with the broadcast here tonight, and making everything run so perfectly smooth throughout the evening. So we will look for you again next Friday night, the final game of the regular season, as Snake River comes to town to take on Preston. We'll be on the air at 6:30 next Friday night. So until then, for John Slaughter and Val Cook, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody.